What up? Welcome to your show, Whispering to Your Soul. I'm your host, King Jaquil Martin. I'm sitting here with the God, the legendary, the man who was born before Jesus, the one and only C. Prince is in the building. Talk to the people, C. Prince.
What's up, people? How y'all doing today? It's a pleasure being on today. So we got some good topics for you, so we're going to get it on.
Yeah, and shout out to Serena, you know what I mean? Shout out to the sis, shout out to the Queen Bee, the one-stop shop, and all the amazing things that she's doing. She can't be here today, but she'll be on the next show. So any of her followers that love her, don't worry. Serena will always be here for us when she's able to make it. So we got some fire topics today, C. Prince, you know what I mean? But first I want to tell you about something that amazing happened to me today, man, right? So, you know, Black Friday's coming, right? So, you know, I do Whispering to Your Soul intimate conversations where it's an intimate interview, one-on-one with me and the guest, and they talk about their journey, their lifestyle, what would they tell their younger self, what's the misconception about them, right? And so I wanted this to be a 3-cam shoot. But I was like, man, yo, with Christmas coming and all these other things happening, I got to go buy 3 cameras. I'm not sure how I'm going to make this happen, right? So I called my business partner, right? And shout out to Ma Dukes. And we worked out a way to go get these 3 cameras. So when I first bought the 3 cameras, I bought them open box, right? You know what I mean? You get a little discount on it. You know what I'm saying? Excellent condition. You get a little discount off it or whatever else. So during the ordering of the 3 cameras, they screwed up, bro. They messed up the order, and I was so pissed off. I went to Best Buy to get it fixed. The customer service, shout out to Best Buy. They fixed the situation, right? Do you know the blessings come in different ways? Because I was leaving out the store because they didn't have the 3 cameras. They were sending me to the Burbank store because the Burbank store had 5 cameras. So on the way out to the Burbank store, they had 5 open box cameras at Burbank that I was going to go, purchase or whatever else. But the guy said, you know what, bro? I love the show. I love what you're doing. We're going to hook you up. I said, what you mean? He said, we're just going to go ahead and bless you and give you 3 brand new cameras, bro, for the show at the open box price. Ain't that amazing, man? You never know how God gonna treat you, bro, or whatever you want to call it for yourself. I just call it God gonna open up doors and be a blessing, right? And what's so crazy is the first interview, sometimes you just got to go ahead and shoot. So shout out to anybody who wants to start something, right? Sometimes you just got to start it. So the first shoot that I ever did was on 2 cell phones and an osmosis camera. Shout out to Vanessa Vassell. She bought an osmosis camera, and I didn't even know what it was. So shout out to her because she was the reason why I was able to go find out about this camera that I'm able to shoot my podcast on. And now I can get the cinematic look that I actually want. So when we start submitting it to film festivals. So I just want to give people their props for being a blessing to the show. So shout out to Best Buy for blessing us. Shout out to Vanessa Fassell for blessing us. Shout out to Mom Dukes for looking out. You know what I mean? I just want to go ahead and give people love because you never know who your blessing is going to be. That's why you got to be careful with how you treat people. You know what I mean? And so now, not only are we doing the podcast right here, you know what I'm saying, with the family, we got the intimate conversations that's going to be dropping too. And that's going to be coming out on Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all your streaming platforms. You feel me? So get ready for that. But that's crazy, right? So let's go ahead and get into the show, man. Let's get into these. What? Talk to me. What happened?
That just sounds like a hustle to me.
What was the
joking.
I didn't even know I was going to get blessed, bro. I was expecting to get that. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, I got them brand new. Tell me what the hustle was. Educate me.
You know, some people just got the gift to talk themselves into things by accident.
Chris, that sounds like a little bit of Laurie's over there. You got a little seasoning salt going on over there, bro. You got a little bit of slap your mama seasoning going on. Yeah, it sounds like a little hate. Yeah, I mean, I know you got on a colorful shirt right now. Does look like you got about 45 stamps with every NBA team logo. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at you.
This is my shirt that I wear, and it says the NBA sucks.
I'm dead. Shout out to the NBA. We appreciate all that y'all do. Thank y'all for all these years of entertainment. Shout out to LeBron James, who's the greatest player ever. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, LeBron better than MJ. You're right. Michael Jordan ain't even number 2 on the list because Kobe better than MJ too. You know what I mean? And I might put Kareem before MJ if I really got to do it. And I might put Bill Russell because Bill Russell got 13 before I put MJ there. Nah, I'm just playing. MJ definitely one of them guys, but LeBron that dude. So let's get into the show. You feel me?
An agreement is now in place between the city of Palm Springs and a group called Survivors and Descendants of Section 14. It's a story we've been following for years.
The group hopes that this will mark the end of a decades-long battle for justice for those who were displaced. News Channel 3's Luis Avila live in studio with a closer look at this deal. Luis.
That's right, Karen and John. After years of back and forth, a deal has finally been agreed upon between both parties. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at that. The city is paying nearly $6 million in settlements for direct compensation to residents and descendants of Section 14. Now, separate from that, the city is committing another $21 million to community programs. A majority of that, $20 million, will go towards housing programs aimed at providing affordable housing for first-time buyers and establish a land trust for low-income residents, with priority for Section 14 residents and descendants. The remaining $1 million will go towards small business support, which will provide grants and low-interest loans for disadvantaged groups. It also includes cultural initiatives to honor Section.
See, Prince, talk to me, man. What are your thoughts? That's just the first clip. That's 1 of 5. So talk to me. What are your thoughts about that clip?
You said it's 105. I mean,
just give us a Costco sample of what you think. What do you think about what they're doing with Section 14?
I think it's a smoking gun. I don't think it really has no $20 million. That's it. Or this and $5 million. That's pennies on the dollars. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no benefit. You settled for nothing. The city just settled, gave you enough to get you to say, hey, we satisfied, but this is not about being satisfied, it's about ownership. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I think that, you know, if you can sweep things underneath the rug and when it comes to us, we allow people to sweep things underneath the rug so quickly, monetarily. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to gain here because all the money that you're getting, they're gonna get back from taxes and programs they invested in. So they didn't lose no money. Okay. They didn't lose nothing. It looked good on paper, but they really didn't lose nothing. This money ain't tax-free. This money, you know what I'm saying? It goes to programs that don't even benefit you per se. You know, you got $5 million split from descendants. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I don't want to go into the spiel about what they've done for other cultures and all that because
no, go into it. Don't hold back. Go into it. That's what we want. Go ahead.
Because I feel like this. I'm not gonna be mad at somebody who knew their value and stood up for their beliefs. You know what I'm saying? They said this has been a long going battle because one, they know they can wait us out. We get impatient. Let's just get it over with. You know what I'm saying? It's just about saying we want the world to know what happened here. They still don't know what happened here. You know what I'm saying? Only California know what happened there. Just like in a lot of communities that people have been pushed out by state officials.
Why do you think that is, C. Prince? Why do you think that people don't know what happened? Why do you think that history has been hidden? Is it our fault for not going after the knowledge or passing down the knowledge the way it should have been passed down? Why do you think that people don't know what they should know?
Sometimes I don't think it's the people don't know. I think the people just don't care because it didn't happen to them.
Go ahead and cook.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you hear the stories that the elderly tell about what they've been through and stuff. And, you know, we look them in the face like, oh, it couldn't have been me. You know what I'm saying? I'd have done such and such and such. But you didn't live during that period of time. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what you would have done. And on the same thing, you think about this. I mean, it's a slap in the face. You know, I'm not going to take nobody's victory, but the total of $25 million. People get more than that in accidents.
It's a Snapple fact.
You see what I'm saying?
NBA players get paid more than that.
Athletes, yeah.
For playing basketball.
You know, so to me, it's just, let's just give them just enough to get them to disappear. 2 years, nobody be thinking about this. 10 years, the money being depleted because we're not going to put nothing else in it because hopefully they mismanagement. And guess what? We've done our parts. It's off the city's conscience that, hey, we gave you enough money to shut you up and satisfy you. They didn't get the kids no free education, no free medical. They did nothing. It's mind blowing how we take peanuts. You know what I'm saying? It's mind blowing. And then we, I'm tongue tied about this, to be honest.
Well, let's continue on. I think that you made a lot of strong points. I think sometimes we have to do a better job at knowing our value and knowing our worth. I do believe that you made an excellent point saying that athletes got more than what they actually offered them. You get NIL deals that are bigger than that for college students playing, right?
YouTubers.
Just getting paid more than that. So when it comes to our history and our ancestors, we really need to know our worth. We actually really need to know the work that actually went in and what we were built. And I think that is a huge issue, because do we actually know what our worth is?
Matter of fact, think about this. Mike Tyson and him just made more money than that in one day. And y'all been fighting for years. Don't make sense to me.
An amazing point. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul made 40 mil. Mike made 20 mil for a stage, to me, allegedly. What happened in Vegas. It was the highest viewed boxing match ever because the nostalgia of who Mike Tyson is, not because of Jake. But it took Jake to be creative enough and to be a big enough nuisance, to be able to create that type of buzz for people to be able to want to watch that fight. So I agree that that fight made more than what they gave these people back for Section 14, as you want to call it, almost say reparations.
That's hush money. That ain't reparation. That's hush money. Let's call it what it is.
Okay. Allegedly, hush money. I think that it is a perfect example for us to learn from and to do better and to no longer lower the bar of what we are actually valued. Because if you don't know your worth, someone will always be able to take advantage of what the actual worth really is. So I think that we have to do a better job at putting our foot down. But let's continue into these clips. Let's check out this next clip.
Legacy, with plans for a monument and naming a future park. Now let's turn back the clock a little bit and give you some context. Section 14 is a 1 square mile area of land located next to downtown Palm Springs. The city participated in clearing the Agua Caliente land for future development in the 1950s and 60s after its mostly minority residents had been evicted. The city fire department was used to burn down homes and debris. And residents who chose to remain on Section 14, despite orders to leave, saw their homes and personal property destroyed without notice. Now, I tried to reach out to the city, but was told they won't be commenting until after tomorrow's meeting to consider the agreement. So stay with News Channel 3 on air and online at KESQ.com for the latest. Live in studio, Luis Avila, News Channel 3.
So, see, Prince, why do you think that they didn't want to make comments on that?
Why should they? I mean, I wouldn't comment. Listen, why give fuel to a fire that you already put out? Why? You know what I'm saying?
It's all that talk.
I wouldn't have said nothing either. I'd have been like, okay, they agreed to this too. You can't. They know what they was worth. You know what I'm saying? This is your loved ones. This is what you said that your family done wrong and stuff like that. And this is what you settled for. The biggest amount of this money went back to the community and not you. And think about it. That time frame, them families was the community. So why is the community now benefiting from something that happened to the community that don't exist no more?
Right.
Explain that to me.
Okay. I like that. I think they didn't say anything for exactly why you said it, because I wouldn't want to create a bigger fiasco about it. And the more attention that I bring to it, the more people will be able to educate them so they can make better decisions. If you don't know, then I can trick you and manipulate you into thinking that that's just all that it's worth. And I could get you to sign the dotted line a lot faster. And once the dotted line is signed, it doesn't matter who comes and says something afterwards because the ink has already dried. So I'm not going to say anything until the deal is done, because once it's signed, sealed, and delivered, it doesn't matter how many people cry or are in outrage afterwards because you've already accepted the deal. What are your thoughts about it, Prince?
It's just like this. When you take a plea deal, you can't appeal it. You know they're going to have clauses there. Once you take this money, you can't appeal it. You can't come after it for future anything. So guess what? Hey, I'm not going to knock nobody at all. What I'm saying is it don't make sense that the city nowadays, they put all the money back into the city programs and not to the families they offended. And
boy, you better say that again. Wait, say that again. Say that again. Let me highlight you. Say that again, because that
all the money back into the city programs and not to families that are offended. That don't make sense to me. You know, the only winner here is the city. It's not the people who want reparations or acceptance, closure. They ain't win nothing. The city is the winner here.
Why do you think the city is the winner, C. Prince?
Because they didn't lose nothing. And they didn't admit it, they didn't discuss it, they just settled. So guess what? They won.
I agree with you in that statement that the city wins. It's almost kind of like Vegas, the house still wins. Because if you're reinvesting in all the city programs, all that property still goes to the city and there's no ownership. There's no freedom in that money because it's still all tied to the city and not to the victims who actually had their houses burned down and taken advantage of and property taken advantage of. So I wanted to go ahead.
So think about this. Let's say you burned down this house in 1950s and it cost $3,000.
What would be the value now?
What would be the value now of that same house in this economy? Now we're talking compensation. Paying, you know what I'm saying? But there's no compensation here. There's only, it's like we're gonna do just enough to pacify you, get on. Like I said, I'm not knocking what anybody agrees to, because guess what? That's what they gotta live with. What I'm curious is about, why would somebody in a legal profession allow them to take a agreement in such a fashion, even though, you know what they say, well, we keep you in court forever. But guess what? Forever is not forever in court. It might be long drawn out and you might not receive the compensation, but your children will, or your grandchildren.
There's definitely, C. Prince, no generational wealth behind this.
None.
There's no generational wealth where, you know, here, let's reverse engineer this, right? Let me spotlight me. Let's reverse engineer this whole situation. How much has the city made off of this section of land since this incident has happened? Anybody ever think about that?
Thank you.
How much have they actually made since 1958 to 2024 off of what they've done?
How many times they sold that land over and over again?
How many properties have they put on it? How many different buildings have they put on it? How many stores have they put on it? How much is that land actually worth? And then that's how you figure out the pay amount. You know what I mean? Because if you can sit up here and pay athletes or anyone more than that for less time, then how do you only come up with 25 million from 1958 to 2024? Now, mathematically, if you divided 25 million divided by, what is it? Let me do the calculator. Let me break this down real quick, C. Prince. Let me bring out the calculator. And while I bring out the calculator, I'm gonna bring out these numbers, and then you tell me, you know what I mean? Because was never the best at math, you know what I mean? But I just want to see the difference real quick. So let me get this calculator. Boom. Clear. 2024. Right? Minus 1958. 66 years. 66 years. Let's just say I divided 25 million from that. Bro, do you know that's only 37? That's not even 40,000 a year. For all those years, that's not even 40,000 a year that they made. That's crazy.
And the thing about it, we're not taking nothing from anybody who's having a high salary because they know they work and they worked hard to achieve them goals and did that. That's not what we're saying. And I'm not saying nothing negative against the people who are agreeing to this contract. What I'm saying is this. To me, if they wait this long, they should get a bigger piece of the pie and not the smaller portion. That's all I'm saying. I'm not, and like I said, I'm not saying it to be funny, malicious, or nothing, because there's a lot of, like, I don't really know the whole story, but I know the concept. You know what I'm saying? As long as I know the concept, I should understand the story just a little bit. But, you know, and the news gave a thing. They burning houses down, evicting people. You see? So, and guess what? They use the fire department to do it.
Wait,
so that's a deliberate act of arson.
Let me make a correction. That's 378,000 a year. So I just wanted to correct that. That's 378,787. My bad.
Did you pick that disclosure? You wasn't good at math, so we ain't worried about that.
No, I put the disclosure out.
We ain't worried about that.
And I don't know, man. I just feel like we got to do a better job of knowing who we are, learning who we are, knowing the value of who we are, learning our worth. You know what I mean? I feel like we have to do a way better job at that, so that way people can't trick us out of our position. You know, it reminds me, see, Prince, of a situation with myself, right? Can I share a personal situation? Is that cool?
For me?
Yeah. Is that cool if I share something real quick, personal? So remember when I went to court for my lawsuit?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know the rules of engagement when it came to court. So when my lawyer tricked me out of dropping the charges against my assault, I didn't know my case was going to be thrown out. I was uneducated. I thought I was told I was going to make so much money somewhere else. And because I didn't know, I signed the paper. They threw my case out, and I've never been to court for my case. I tried to get back to court. I tried to go to the United States Supreme Court. I've actually never even had my day in court. But it's my fault to a certain extent for not educating myself even better. You don't know what you don't know until you don't know that you know it. And once you don't know, that means you have to start learning, so that way you can do better and stop getting tricked out of your position. And I think a lot of times we've been tricked out of our greatness. I mean, that's just how I feel. What are your thoughts, C. Prince, on that?
I just think, you know, we taught to seek the best counsel, but sometimes you got to look away from that counsel and look at another counsel, because sometimes you got to think about it. They're supposed to advocate for you, but guess what? Sometimes your advocation is not in their best interest. It's long, tedious work, and they really don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're doing it pro bono. You know what I'm saying? And they doing it like to get a payday. So guess what? 46 years, he said? It was 46 years or something like that? So guess what? They looking for if they doing it pro bono, the same firm, they ain't made no money. They got to settle. And guess what? They ain't gonna get paid on this.
Yeah.
They gonna get paid. So how much money? So if it's 25 million, so how much money they really gonna get? You know, this is see,
yeah.
They're gonna get paid.
All of them actually really work together, bro.
Yeah, they gotta get paid
together, bro. It's a system. So let's get one more clip out of this real quick, C. Prince.
The engineered Holocaust. Deaver says the loss of the home her father built broke his spirit.
Succumbed to alcoholism, never recovered, and died a broken-hearted man.
Deavers and others formed the Palm Springs Section 14 Survivors Group to seek justice and reparations for the past wrongs through a claim against the city. In 2021, the city of Palm Springs apologized for its role in the destruction of Section 14, even removing a statue of Mayor Frank Bogart, who led the removal effort. The group telling us those were good first steps.
The apology is great, but there needs to be some restitution made for the Section 14 survivors and descendants, There needs to be a reckoning. There needs to be a healing.
In a statement to Eyewitness News, the city of Palm Springs said the city council is committed to and actively moving forward on developing achievable, lasting, programmatic efforts and initiatives that will make an impact on the lives of those who lived and.
What are your thoughts, friends? Because I'm ready to go in. I'm ready to cook. What are your thoughts, man?
I think it said the same thing I said from the jump. The families are tired of fighting this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because you said it was, this is the step. They apologize. But you can tell by the way she responded, apology is not good enough.
Not at all.
You destroyed my father. Because of you, my father's not. You know what I'm saying? He might be old, you know what I'm saying? But you destroyed who he was as a man. You know what I'm saying? And this is not about, in a sense, it's not about the money. But also it is. You know what I'm saying? How can you say, I want you to be held accountable and not be financially accountable as well? Because you did me both ways. You done me emotionally, scarred my family.
Yeah. I said mentally, physically, spiritually.
You destroyed everything I was. And now you give a weak apology, trying to use big words, thinking that people don't understand, don't have enough education to understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of funny. But at the same time, the city's like, we're going to work and heal. You're not healing nothing. You're healing.
That line against us forever, a long time, bro.
Think about this. They're healing the money they get now. They're getting it back. They're healing the pockets of the city. Let's say it like that.
They're healing their conscience, not actually
healing their conscience.
Yeah.
Because you took down the mayor statue. So what? He ain't alive. It didn't hurt him.
I hate that part. I hate that part. Because people always think when they take down monuments, it's for the people's benefit.
It's not.
It's not for your benefit. And this is how it's not for your benefit. Because 10 to 25 years later from now, who's to say that it happened?
But think about this. You want to
tear down the monument. Why don't you replace it with the people who it actually happened to, so that there is a staple of a memory of what actually happened? There is something on record, because history is his story. So they could tell you whatever story they want to your grandchildren, and they will never know what's true, because there is no proof of what actually happened. And they can rewrite history to make you believe that it was one thing when it was definitely not that. We're that in history books now, where they're talking about how slavery were minimum wage workers. You see what I'm saying? Anybody can change anything that they want, but if there was a celebration of the people who actually lost their houses and the money was actually given, the appropriate amount was actually given to them, and the people who actually lost their homes and the monument was of them, that's different to me.
I don't think the monument of them would do anything. I think that's.
I think it reminds us. It informs us. That's why we're so uneducated.
I think monuments should represent the time frame, and I think a monument of them didn't. I'd have left that monument of that mayor up there, and then I would have put in writing what he done. Because guess what?
If you still have his monument and you put up the people who overcame what happened during that time frame, you're able to see the education of it right there in your face.
No, but what I'm saying is, just like these families have pain for their memories of their families being removed, how much powerful of a statue of your great-great-grandfather saying that he done this atrocity to society, and guess what? Your family name is now attached to this man, regardless of what you know what I'm saying? That's fair. That's fair right there. Fair is fair.
I'm with you, but I still think the powerful move is the celebration of the people who overcame it. Yes, this figure did wrong, but these are the people who overcame it.
I mean, you can have a day or whatever. You can have a day, set a city day or something like that. But me personally,
days, bro.
Listen, this. You can have a festival because they do festivals, and then a lot of the festivals started off from. I'm gonna tell you like this. Me personally, I would want a reminder of something that you tore down, and then you, because you're not going to ever put back, what you took from me.
Well, that's where the finances come in. Then that's where the real finances come in.
That's where the finances come in. But for you, the city, to hide what you've done, you didn't take the statue down to satisfy our needs.
That's my point. That's exactly my point.
Yeah, but you took. So I say, leave it up and make the city right. Let it like this. If you want to do it, get you do an outdoor event with like telling out pictures of these houses. This will happen around that mayor. You know what I'm saying? This would happen. Okay.
Well, let's move on to the next subject. I think we covered that. Let's get into this one right here.
It's to concerns about a sexual compulsive disorder of paraphilia, which may in fact cross boundaries with his delivery of medical care. An investigator with the Arkansas Department of Health interviewed Dr. Defanay in September. According to the report from that interview, Dr. Defanay was informed there were video clips of his actions. Dr. Defanay said, quote, "I don't know anything about that at all. I'd have to see those things to have any idea what you're talking about."
You can go see Prince.
Nah, you can go on this one first because I don't even want to. This one I don't even want.
Ridiculous.
This one I don't even want you to touch.
Ridiculous, and he should be. I'm gonna keep it simple. Ridiculous, and he should be locked up. Period. Because
he was in the office like that.
If he was black, he'd be treated like like R. Kelly. He'd be locked up like they're trying to allegedly lock up Diddy right now. No. Period. No. So it's a no for me. Tomato, tomato.
Me personally, this is far from. This is a moral dilemma, and it depends on what part of the moral spectrum you speak on. And I hate to say it, most of the moral dilemmas nowadays are based on colors, race and color. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to get to the place that moral dilemma, and it's just one color, because that's offensive to whatever color you are. Because if you didn't want your wife to go to work there or something like that, your daughter, you know what I'm saying, your girlfriend, guess what? It shouldn't matter what color this dude is. This dude should be behind bars, and if he had that much activity, guess what? He might have some friends in prison to help him out. You know what I'm saying? For real. I know you're rolling your eyes, but honestly, this is what shows you the justice system is broke. Because
no, it works. No. It's not broken. It works for those who it's supposed to work for.
No. Well, I can say that. We can say that too. But I say, because time and time again, this country is showed that justice is blind. And it's blind to whoever they choose it to be blind to.
No.
I know what you're gonna say.
No, I ain't doing that. No. It's different when it comes to minorities, especially. Period.
Period.
White privilege is real. Now I'm saying it. White privilege is real. Period. It is what it is. It's the society that we live in. It ain't like they don't know. I'm not saying nothing that's unfamiliar. It's a real thing. Period.
It's a real thing.
Period.
But I say like this.
Another example. Certain people can storm the White House and get home safely. If 3 black people are hanging together outside, they're a gang. People can be on a football field and the quarterback can talk trash and he's passionate. He's a leader. And then the other one is a thug. It is the black highlight. It's a real thing. It just is what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but here's the difference. I'm not saying all white people are like that, so let's not play that game, because you have some amazing white folks out there. That's not what I'm saying at all, because you have white people that hit black people in their homes and got called nigger lover and all different type of things. So that's not what I'm saying. But the justice system works for those who it's supposed to work for, who are not considered 3/5 of a person. I said what I said.
Well, I ain't got nothing else to say about it.
Moving on to the next clip because I don't even want to give him no energy. If y'all ain't locking him up, then what, bro? Come on, bro. He not locked up. He get to work, go to work every day, booty butt naked. For real? And we're calling it a disorder? Well, why he ain't locked up? You know, in a padded room with the disorder by himself.
You know what the thing about it is? What state is this in?
I don't know. Let's see one more time.
Yeah, because you know,
Leads to concerns about a sexual compulsive disorder of paraphilia, which may in fact cross boundaries with his delivery of medical care. An investigator with
She said may cross boundaries.
Yeah, because think about this.
Come on, man.
Hey, listen to this. This is funny.
That's crazy.
I didn't know in certain states that walking unclothed is not a crime.
Yeah.
So you don't have to wear clothes. You don't have to wear no garments. In certain states, it's not a crime.
Crazy work.
That's what I'm saying. And that's funny.
That's why I said these United States ain't united. These United States ain't united. The United States is a corporation, a whole bunch of businesses that's coming together because each state has its own separate rules and abide by how they want to move. Everyone, that's not unity. It's not unity. Let's move to this next clip, man. That done pissed me off.
Men are not that complicated. Yeah. To be honest, that's what women don't get. You got to make sure your man is good internally because the world beat them up every day. And there's somebody calling, especially if the man making some money. Everybody calling, can I get this? Can I get that? But nobody stopped to say, how is your day? Good morning, good afternoon. Simple shit like that means the world to men.
$1 billion.
Simple shit.
You get
like
it?
Y'all want to fuck a few bitches, but y'all want somebody that genuinely love you. So when you get me in your life, motherfucker, I'm gonna love the shit out of you. And you gonna know it though, like, because it's gonna be bigger than what money can do. It's gonna be bigger than all that different stuff.
What are your thoughts, C. Prince?
I mean, this was a very easy one. She hit it on the nail, you know. It's just basically, you know, stop having your hands out and check on your man. That's what she basically said. Stop having your hands out and check on your man. And guess what? The simplest, the smallest things that you think is too, what you say, it's too below your standards. I don't have to cook clean or do all this stuff because guess what? My mama did that. And I'm not my mama or something like that. We're not saying be a slave. We say being attentive. And I'll be
What's say? Say it again. People back in the church. What's say?
Like I said, be attentive. And we're gonna be attentive to you. That's all it is.
Wait. They missed that part what you just said. What was the last part of that statement that you just said? Because that is powerful too. Because someone will hear this and think that it's only a one-sided conversation. But you said that on your own. What did you just say?
You being attentive, and I'll be attentive to you. Basically, that's it. This is not. You know, it's an easy fix. Women don't understand how easy it is. That all it takes is, hey, how are you doing today? You look tired. You want something to drink? Yeah. Thank you for asking. Can I, you know, we sit down talking during dinner. We're having a conversation about nothing, just checking on each other. Go to bed, get up work. Guess what? Next time you show payday come on, you be like, hey, babe, let me get this from you. Oh, no problem. Right here. Go on about that. Not even thinking about it. Because guess what? I know you got my best interest because you check on my well-being. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to check on my well-being, why should I check on yours? You know what I'm saying? Because I see your girlfriend on the phone telling you how much I'm not this and that and her do this and that. But guess what?
Don't let your peoples trick you out your spot.
Yeah. Let's talk about that dude that she got that ain't got a job. You know what I'm saying? And she's working. And guess what? He go out there and get a little hustle money time to time, make her feel good. And she getting her hair and nails done with her money that she gave to him. He saved up to get back. Let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about that.
Let me do it like this, bro. Let me do it like this because I don't want to make it one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
The golden rule. Really that simple. The golden rule. Treat somebody how you want them to treat you. You want to be checked on. You want to be loved. You want to know that you feel appreciated for the things that you do. Well, let me let y'all on a secret, ladies. It might be crazy. Men have feelings too.
He said that. Did he say that?
Men have feelings too. And I don't mean no disrespect to nobody, but sometimes I think we get this pretty princess syndrome messed up where everything is about you, catered to you, because you're just the woman. And don't get me wrong, you should be catered to, but it's a two-way street. Can you imagine two people catering to each other and how powerful that could be? Let's say I got to move this couch. Y'all see the couch behind me? Well, let me show the couch. Do you know how hard? I think it was Chris Rock who talked about it. He said relationships are simple. People complicated. If two people pick up this couch, it'll be easy as hell to move. But if one person tries to pick up this couch, he's going to struggle. Well, that's the same thing in a relationship. If two people are checking on each other, loving on each other, caring on each other, and both parties are doing their part. And guess what? Sometimes I might fall short of my part. You pick me up. And when you fall short of your part, I pick you up. You know why? Because ain't nobody going to be on their job all the time. But when two people genuinely look out for each other. Hey, I was just calling to let you know I love you. Hey, you look good today. Hey, you smell good. Hey, I'm going to just bring you some food. Babe, I know you playing your game, but let me get you a drink because I know you like, you know what I mean? It's the little things. Hey, babe, can I give you a massage? It's the little things. And that's vice versa because women deserve the same type of treatment. But we have to do better in our selection.
See,
a lot of people give the right treatment to the wrong person. A lot of people got good hearts, but they loving the wrong person. You know what y'all should start dating? And I'm only telling you from all my failures, because I failed. You should start dating time. See, when you meet a person, you meet the representative. You don't actually meet the person. You meet who they want you to think they are. But if you date time, time will reveal you who they are because you can only pretend for so long. Everybody has patterns. You have to know what you can and what you can't put up with. A lot of times we put up with things knowing that we don't want to put up with it, but it's the potential. Not the potential of the person, but the potential of how I hope the relationship to be. Oh, because I love that person so much. But sometimes you can love a person more than you love you. And when you stop loving you, you lose your own boundaries for yourself. But a person can only treat you based off of what you say yes and no to. You train a person how to treat you. You train a person how to love you based off of what you say yes and no to. Because when you say no to the person, you're actually saying yes to yourself. See, a lot of times we're brokenhearted, but a person didn't break your heart. You broke your own heart. And you broke your own heart because you knew better. And now you're mad because you gave, but it's your fault that you kept giving. You want to blame the other person, but you want to be accountable for the things that you let go by. See, it didn't happen one time. It was death by 1,000 cuts. Because if you see one big thing coming, then you'll get rid of the big thing. It's the little things. That's why the little things of, I love you. How you doing? Let me check on you. It's crazy how we can do a SWOT report at a job, right? A SWOT report is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to get a return on investment. But we can't do the same things in our relationship. We can't do the same things with loving ourselves. But how are we supposed to get a return on investment in our relationship or in our own life if we don't do our own check-ins? It's called maintenance checks. You got to start doing maintenance checks within yourself and in your relationships. Because when patterns start changing, something's different. Somebody's not saying something. Go ahead, C Prince. My bad, bro. You know, I'll start cooking.
What I say is this, he hit a valid point. And this is the problem that I have when I listen to the women talk nowadays. The first thing they say they're going to do, they chasing their bag.
Get that bag, guys. Just give me my monies.
Yeah, money. So basically, in a sense, the only one I know to chase money like that are investors. They always chasing the next bag, the next investment. So I'm gonna look at these women now. They're investors. You know what I'm saying? Now they chase a bag, which would now categorize the men, and men do the same thing. So we're gonna say both ways. You got a bunch of these bad investors out there.
What you call them, bad investors?
Bad investors. Because guess what? They have nothing truly to invest in you. They have nothing to truly invest in you. Because they try to take everything from you to get to where they need to be at. So they're bad investors. So think about this. If this was Wall Street, United States, this was on Wall Street, major 500, top 500 company, relationships, it would bankrupt in the first 2 hours opening to the stock market because people make bad investments.
That's a Snapple fact.
Investment. So you think about this. It's small things. You can have $1 million house. Guess what? A lot of people with $1 million are bad investors in relationships.
Hey, you can have all the money in the world and no peace, man. Peace, sexy, boy.
Hey, guess what you're going to see?
Sexy.
You see the investments, and I tell you, these are the true investments that I tell everybody. You look at that homeless man and homeless woman walking down the street, and this woman sleeping in a cardboard box, trash bag, eating all kinds of stuff that we wouldn't even think about eating. That's an investment of love. Because what you go through, I go through. And I ain't telling everybody to be homeless. Forget that. But it happens. But I say, then you look at the youth. Look at the value that we put on the youth as far as relationship. Get that money. Shake that body. Disrespect each other. But guess what? They didn't learn it from each other. They learned it from us.
And that's what killed me. I'm so glad you said that, right? Because I can't stand, see, Prince, when generation versus generation talk about generation versus generation, as if the fruit didn't fall from that tree. The fruit fell from the tree. So if you don't like the crop or the fruit, then did you water it and nurture it correctly? And instead of talking about people and throwing people under the bus, what are you doing in actually to help that thing be nurtured? We're so quick to judge. We're so quick to hate. We're so quick to be negative. We're so quick to be toxic that we don't even know what healthy is anymore. And when we do see something healthy, we hate on healthy. We don't even want healthy anymore. It's like the world is in reverse and we shame people for being healthy. It's crazy. And it's so easy to fall into the trap because you was born into it. And soon a healthy relationship. Most people become used to toxic relationships and think the toxic love is real love and that love is supposed to be toxic because that's all they know. And when they start healing, they might still attract something toxic and accept the toxicity because of muscle memory. And we all have to do better because I know I've been toxic and I know that I've fallen for toxic as well. So when am I just going to take some time out for me to get me right? Because I only attract what I attract because of the mirror of who I'm being. And if I want to attract something different, then I need to show up differently. And that means there's things in me that I need to correct about me and my presentation and who I'm being. So yeah, ladies, it's simple. But before you could ever love me, I got to know how to love myself too. All time, because I don't think they got that, see, Prince. Before you ever could love me, I got to know how to love me first. Because your love is just bouncing off of me because I don't know what love looks like. So once I know how to fall in love with me, then I will be able to receive the love that you're showing. But have you ever been in a relationship where you're trying to love the person and the person ain't receiving it, and then you're hurt, and then that person's trying to love on you, but you ain't receiving it because you're hurt? because you're speaking different love languages at different times. Even though the love is there, you don't know how to connect the love because you've never seen love connected. Because you're loving out of trauma bonding. You don't know how to do the little things because you never did the little things when you were a little kid. Or you might not have the examples of what love looked like when you were little, so you practiced the bad habits. And you practiced those habits so much that those muscles grew stronger. And now you've developed these toxic muscles, so you handle toxicity way better than what you should because you're used to it. Oh, he just playing. He just loved me like that. It's okay that he did this, hit me, that, blah, but whatever the toxicity is. We've developed muscles in toxicity instead of developing muscles in forgiveness and healing. So that way we can understand what loyalty is. Because people might love for a moment, but there's no loyalty behind the love. Most people don't even want relationships no more because they only see the toxic portions of relationships. They see the trap. So when we get out of this sunken place of learning how to love ourselves first, we'll be able to receive love from somebody else to create the love that we want, to be the example of love to our seed so they can practice the muscles early of what love should be. So that way, when they see toxic love, they'll know how to say no to it. We don't know how to say no to toxic love because we don't know how to say no to ourselves with our own boundaries. And when we start learning our own boundaries, we won't let someone come in our camp or in our home and treat us any kind of way because we know how to say no to it. So you have to strengthen your no so you can learn how to say yes to you. And when you know how to say yes to you, you can receive someone else's yes. Go ahead, see Prince, man. You know how I get, see Prince. You know how I get.
I got nothing to say. I mean, he got nothing to say. He said, "Come on, see Prince. What do you want me to say?" Hey, listen, I want to repeat the same thing you said. It's too late. He already ran through it. He hit the gauntlet.
All right, let's get to this next clip then, see Prince. Let's do that then.
Oh, sit down. I need all my money back, bro. I got it. Right there. Open that right now, bro. You been playing with me, bro. Them twins are not mine. Open this. Come on. What is this? This is DNA test for the twins. You know the twins? You said that was mine? 12 years? Sorry. 12 years?
It ain't
you
even
see
2
this?
pieces of paper. It ain't even 2 pieces of paper.
I need it. I don't care, bro. I went to go get the DNA test, bro. Stop playing.
First of all,
where's the money? I need my money. I don't even care. I need my money.
them twins is 12 years old.
I don't care.
If you want a DNA test, you should have got the DNA test when I laid on the table.
That don't mean nothing,
You was
bro.
there.
No, I don't want.
It don't matter.
I got this
It don't
DNA
matter.
test.
12 years. Who else do they know?
Like, what
Who
is
else
y'all?
do
What
they
is you
know?
doing?
Who else do they
I
know?
need my money.
I'm eating because every dollar
I
I
don't
make
care about
goes
that.
to
I don't care about none of that, bro. What? Where's my money? Lay that right here.
Clearly, you want to tussle.
Like,
You want to tussle.
like, come on. I need my money,
You
bro.
want to tussle.
Some stuff you just gotta let breathe for a second. Because
I ain't gonna let that thing breathe. I'm gonna say what it is. That's a poor excuse for a man. Point blank. I don't care about the DNA test at all. Because guess what? He laid with that woman, so it was a chance. And he was uncertain. He shouldn't have signed the birth certificate. He's just, I mean, to put on a show like that, it's not embarrassing to yourself or disrespectful to yourself. It shows the caliber of man that this dude is. That you're going to say, he didn't say nothing about the kids. He wanted his money back. I want my money. He didn't say nothing about, when she said, these kids only know you, he didn't dispute that. He said, I want my money. So to give this clown a platform to like he's been wrong, no, you wronged yourself, fool. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't question it when it should have been questioned. And now that you look like you broke, because you're still rocking braids for 12 years, you know what I'm saying? You look like you're broke. You ain't grown up. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? You can even articulate yourself in a manner to have a conversation with this young lady. He's a clown.
I'm on the disagreeing end with C Prince on this. I don't think it should have been about the money. I think it should have been about the truth and why you lied to me. To raise kids that are not mine for 12 years and not know is messed up, and you know who you laid with. And it seems as if she already knew, possibly, allegedly, that she knew that. To deceive someone like that ain't cool. So I think that he possibly could have handled that in a better manner. I don't think that he had to bring a camera in a restaurant and did that. They could have did that in their own privacy. And if he wanted it documented in their own privacy, I don't think they had to do that in a public place. I don't know if it was staged because people do a lot of different things for Instagram or views, but it is disheartening on both parts. One, to be bamboozled. Most importantly to the kids, because it's unfair to the kids, right? But at the same time, a person shouldn't have to be forced to do something if that's not his children. Now, if he chooses to take that way, then that's a choice. He has the right to choose that. But he also has the right to choose to say, this isn't, I didn't know, and so I want to choose something different, you know? And so for me, I think that could have been handled differently by both parties, because the people who lose at the end of the day the most and going to be scarred the most are the kids.
I'm gonna disagree with this because I don't think that clown was bamboozled at all. I think that man wanted them kids. He wanted to be with her because the way he acting, you know what I'm saying?
A huge assumption, though. See, Prince.
No, I'm gonna say it's a huge assumption, and I'm gonna rock with it.
Cool.
You know, I'm gonna rock with it because I don't think she did. I don't think she did nothing wrong. Because you know what? The thing about it is,
you didn't tell this man that them wasn't his kids. She didn't do nothing wrong.
No,
that's crazy.
Hold on. Listen what I'm saying.
No,
because if he thought they wasn't his kids in the beginning, because he didn't state that, all he was worried about that money. So apparently he didn't. For some reason now when
women get divorces, they be worried about is the money and getting the bag and what they can take. So when they do the same thing, they wrong. So when men are concerned about getting the bag, it's wrong. But when women can,
no.
So when women can take half of everything that you own, it's okay.
No, I'm not. See, we on two different apples and oranges here. I'm talking about this thing. I'm not saying
right. I'm just talking about. You said he's wrong for talking about money.
No, what I'm saying
is leave, they take money. When women will take the kids, they want child support. They want the money.
Listen to this.
It's not going to be about the kid. It'd be about the money. So when the man talks about the money, the man is wrong.
No. You didn't let me. You jumped in and didn't let me finish the thought.
Go ahead. My apologies.
Yeah. See, I didn't say. I said the way he. I'm not saying anybody's entitled to get their money, but the way he did it, I don't think he cared. He accepted them kids from the jump as his.
He found out later on that they're not his kids.
For some reason, because think about this. You got 1, 2, 3, you got 12 birthdays. 12 birthdays. Something changed. She might have left him and went to another man, and then he start questioning.
You do a lot of filling in the blank with some other stuff.
No. I'm not saying I know for sure, but 12 years. I know 12 years. Them kids was in his life, and he didn't question it.
You can't say he didn't question it. You can't say that, bro. He just didn't do the test. He probably wondered. He probably had thoughts, but he probably wanted to do the right thing, and then was like, "No, I do need to get the test because I know
think about this."
Wrongful situations out of love because they're blinded by love and they want to do the right thing and they want to step up and they don't want to be a deadbeat.
No, listen, I don't.
When you found out, it ain't bad.
Think about this. If he wanted to do the right thing, right? Honestly, and I like how she said it. She said, "You could have talked to me." He went and did the DNA on himself, so he had no intentions to include her in what his feelings was.
See, Prince, she had no intentions in including him in 12 years, what it was.
Listen.
So she didn't know she laid down with multiple people? She didn't have no clue? Wait, so she had no accountability with who she laid with?
Listen to this. I'm going to tell you like this.
Hello?
I'm not saying she don't have no accountability.
So she got accountability? She doesn't get off with this scot-free. You got to have accountability with who you decide to lay down with too, sis.
Listen, I didn't say she didn't.
Okay, then.
I didn't say that, but I'm
Because if she wasn't laying down with multiple people, she wouldn't have confusion either about whose it is.
I listen to this.
Hello?
I don't think she had confusion. I think the man stepped up and said, "These are my kids." Because guess what? Most men do that. Most men do that.
You might have assumed that it was. She probably said that for your kids. She probably told him that too.
Listen,
I'm not allegedly, but a lot of women do that as well, knowing that they're not the father. Knowing. Yes. So that's why I think both parties are wrong. I think he's wrong with how he went about it with his approach, but I think she's wrong for no.
I just think the way he handled it, and we
not fast go and collect $200 here, man.
No, I ain't saying fast go collect $200. I'm saying the way this man handled it.
I said he could handle it better. I think he could handle it better too.
And guess what? And I'm not going to fault this woman here because she tried to talk to her in a civil manner. We could have done this, this, and this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, get out here. No, I ain't doing all that though. I ain't doing all that.
No, I'm just saying.
It should be civil because she's the one who laid down with somebody else.
This is this. We don't know the steps of the relationship. She could have had 2 men as one, and he knew about the other man. So we can't assume nothing.
You're doing a lot of assumptions.
I mean, no, I'm saying what happened in this day.
You're doing a lot of assumptions, see, Prince.
Well, look, I'll say this: the man came in there. He didn't identify the kids as no value to them kids. He made no mention of value to them kids.
Why is a man wrong for wanting to be all about him, bro? When women make kids, they all about them. When that fathers want to see their kids, they don't care. Send that child support. Send that child support. I want to see my child.
Right, let me do this to you.
So women do that, it's all good. But when a man talks about the money, it's wrong. I can't get with that. See, Prince, can't do that.
I'm not saying this. I'm saying this as a man. If I raise a kid for 12 years and find out that child was not mine, do you think the first thought of mine be, give me my money?
I don't know what your thought would be.
No, would your first thought be that?
I don't know what my first thought would be because I'm not in that situation.
No, but I'm just saying, if you a conscious thinker,
I can't give a real assessment because anybody could say anything in hindsight. But when you're actually in the fire, that's two different things. That's like, oh, that building's on fire over there. Well, I feel bad for the people in the building on the fire, but it's a different experience for those who are in the fire.
Okay. Now, let me tell you this. Now, gentlemen that I have known have been in that position, right? Their first reaction was the money is, that is still my son.
Because usually men don't do money. Women are all about the money, allegedly, usually.
I'm not, no, we talking.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong for asking about his bread. You feel me? He ain't wrong for that. But I don't think it should have been about the bread. I think it should have been about the lie, the deception.
So in agreement, you might say the lie and deception. I said about the children. He said it's about the money.
I ain't mad at him. He got the right to feel how he feel.
I say the way he carried himself. Yeah.
When you emotional, so you telling me that you ain't never been emotional and you didn't carry yourself a certain type of way, see, Prince? I know you.
No, I never said that.
I know you. And I've seen you emotional, and in hindsight, it's easy to say how you would act in hindsight. But see, Prince, I've seen you lit. So let me ask you a question. Let me reverse engineer this. Where's all that emotional intelligence when you lit?
Listen to this. My emotional intelligence is very there. Wanda, it might not be rational.
See red, see, Prince. You see red.
No. It might be rational because guess what? I'm looking at this. What you say? No, you didn't get me. What I'm saying is, it depends on what the circumstances is where I'm gonna be at.
Okay, and that's fine, and that's where he chose to be at.
But what I'm saying is,
handle it better. I also think he could have handled it better.
No, because what he displayed is there was no value to them children on that clip. Say he put value.
Guess what? There might not be no value no more because he found out they ain't his.
What?
Next subject. This is a good subject to end on.
That's crazy, man. They coming to take my nephew, man. Out of 7 years. This boy don't know these people, boy. That motherfucking mama crying. Hey, we gonna make something happen, nephew. We gonna make something happen, G. Hey, you gonna be up there with Uncle Cornell though? We gonna make sure you straight though, alright? Alright?
I'm gonna stop that clip early because that one fuck with me. Excuse my language. Sorry. I'm a father.
Now I'm gonna say that probably was the best clip to play after the BS clip before. You can see the two difference between a man and a non-man.
No, I think that's cap because one is actually his son and the other one ain't his children. So it's
no, I'm not. Listen to this. I'm not talking. Hold on. I am not talking what was not. I am talking about the emotional connection that this man had here with his son. This man over here should have established the same connection. Why not? He had to.
That's two different things. That's his seed. That's his child. You're comparing someone's actual child to someone who's been lied to.
No, I'm not. Somebody who for 12 years prior to that paper believed that was so. There's no emotional connection. This one right here is sad because this man done everything for his son. He's sitting there showing a loss of a child. He's saying, "Hey,
no,
this is mine. I took care of him. I raised him, burped him, changed his diapers and everything."
No, that's his seed. That's different when you know it's your seed versus someone who lied to you and it's not your seed. And you're finding out that that's not your seed. That's two different things, bro.
So you trying to say that if this child right here that is not your seed, but you raised this child, you will not have an emotional connection to.
I never said that.
But that's what you said. Because it's his seed.
Never said that.
You said he got a better connection.
What I said to you was it's two different situations. One situation is when one man actually knows that it's his seed and his seed is being taken from him. And then the other situation is when someone is being lied to about whose child it is.
Think about this.
I never said he shouldn't have an emotional connection to the seed or to the children. What I said was, even in the clip, the ones that's losing the most is the kids.
I agree.
That is two different situations, bro. That's two different situations.
But I'm saying, we said 12 years. 11 years, he was with them kids. He had that same emotional connection. Came to the 12th year, he decided to disconnect.
Because he found out the truth. Two different things. But I ain't gonna cheat this clip right here.
No,
this clip right here. How'd you feel about watching that last clip?
Listen to this. I learned in all my life. I learned one thing. This is the one thing that was always taught to me, and it's like this. And people say this all the time. Sometimes in life, the man in your life might not be the one that is biologically related to you, but it's the one who was needed to be there.
This clip, Chief Prince.
Okay, this clip. Okay, I'm just saying. Because this clip rubs me the same way as the Oscar. This clip right here, you know what? Me personally, that clip right there is just, now again, there's a lot of variables in there. But the one thing, the only variable I see in there is that son and father love each other. I don't know why this father was taken, or the child was taken from this father. I don't know what the premises. Well, we know the premises that the child was placed in this country because the mom was in jail. We know that. We know that for a fact. But do I agree with them for that he had that child for 7 years that be taken away from him and placed back in the custody of his mom? No, I don't. I really don't. Make me understand that. She could have visitations, or the child could go stay with her. But at the same time, people don't think men can raise children, but we can. You know what I'm saying? Especially our sons. I don't get it. I can't, you know what I'm saying? All I can look at is a hurt child, and I don't think the court took interest in the rights of the child or the well-being of that child. They just seen that a woman getting out of jail, she wanted her child back, or did they place that child in temporary custody of that father while she was incarcerated, and he didn't file the paperwork to get full custody? That could be the same thing too. That she gave him temporary custody while she was incarcerated, because we don't know what the arrangement was before, and I've seen that happen before too.
I don't know, bro. Like, I look at it like this, right? A father's love. Hold on, let me highlight myself because I'm about to go off. I'm sick of this. A father's love is just as important as a mother's love. A father's love is just as important as a mother's love. Period. That's why it takes two to create a child. You don't create it by yourself. I can't create it without you. A lot of kids are outside incomplete because they are not balanced with both parents. A lot of kids carry deep emotional wounds because it's a one-sided street. And as parents, we have to stop weaponizing our children. Now, this is where Prince ties in the first clip. A lot of people weaponize their children for money. For money, bro. You could traumatize a person for life over money. A lot of people will sit up here and talk about, I want child support, but when it comes to visitation and allowing the child to be able to see the other parent, whether it be the father or the mother, then the person will weaponize what the court gave them and forget that it took both of y'all to create the child. A child should never have to argue, beg, cry in order to see the other parent, because they have rights too. And they should have access to both of y'all, because having access to both parents is actually the freedom to help them heal. I'm not saying that y'all got to continue being together if that's not what it is, but y'all should be able to raise the child in a healthy manner. But a lot of times we can't raise the children in a healthy manner because a lot of people are too busy thinking about money. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that you don't have toxic relationships. I'm not sitting here saying that you don't have abusive relationships. I'm talking about the real men who are good dudes who actually really want to do right and be there for their kids. I'm talking about the real moms who are real women that actually want to be there for their kids. Stop weaponizing your kids like they're a bill that comes up every month. Stop acting like you're dating the government, because a lot of people, man is the government. But what you don't know is the government did that program to destroy your family. It ain't for your benefit. And they have been separating us ever since slavery. And we still carry the baggage from slavery today. And we wonder why we can't heal the trauma, because we're still doing the Willie Lynch, the black codes, and everything else that they've instilled 400 years ago. And we still actively do it right now and treat each other the same way right now today. And then you wonder why we ain't healed. You wonder why we go outside in broken viewpoints of the world. We wonder why we go outside and our cup is half empty. It's because we don't have both parents pouring into our cup so that way we can be full and allow people to have the overflow. There's a lot of brokenness going on. There's a lot of weaponizing that's going on. And a lot of people are so egotistical because all they care about is just give me my monies. Is that bag worth your child's peace? Because it comes with a price. And eventually you're going to have to pay that toll. Because remember, you made that bed and one day you're going to have to lie in it. Go ahead, Prince. Final thoughts?
Yeah, what I'm going to say is like this. This is a good topic. I mean,
oh, we running this back. You know, we gonna run this back. I kept it short because we over time, but
I ain't got no final thoughts. I mean, it was a good show, but there's a lot more, because we see me and him see different views and stuff because, everybody goes through different things in life and stuff. His point, my point, they're still not the wrong points. It's just our points. You know what I'm saying? So don't everybody think we out here. We're actually opening up the door so everybody have a great conversation about this.
Yeah, of course.
And plus, age matter, wisdom matter, gray matters.
Yeah,
I guess I'm gonna win this argument.
And with that being said, don't think there's no love lost. You're right. He is stuck in the Old Testament, but that's why they made a New Testament, because evolution is proof of growth. So if you're stuck in the past and you don't never evolve, you'll get left behind with old thoughts. But sometimes you have to unlearn what you learn in order to do something new. So don't get caught up in your old ways so that way you do something new and move forward and do something that you've never done before. But a lot of times people are always looking in their past. So that's why they'll neither see their future, because they're stuck in the past with all their gray hairs. So if you ever want to see the future, keep evolving and keep going forward. You feel me? That's our show, man. I'm your host, King Jackpot Martin. Welcome to Whispering to Your Soul. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave comments. Make sure you see Prince, the real C Prince. Make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe. We're gonna start sending out clips and everything else to get this channel right and make it lit, bro. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Make sure y'all tune in. Every Thursday, 6 o'clock, we'll be dropping the episode, to the best of our ability. So we love y'all. And make sure y'all check out our Instagram page, Whispering to Your Soul. Clips coming real soon. Website coming real soon. Clothing line coming real soon. Books coming real soon. We got a lot of things on the way, a lot of motion. You'll be able to catch us on iHeart, Spotify, Apple Music. We're going to be on all streaming platforms or whatever else. So we're just going to make sure this channel lit. We want to just bring real, authentic conversations, man. And we know y'all got something to say. So let me hear something. That's our show.